Hello twinflame friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Charlotte with Happy Twins 1111. Just very quickly, a quick thanks to all of my new subscribers. It's so lovely to have you guys join us. I'm absolutely honoured that you've chosen to share your journey with me. My aim is to help as many of you towards surrender and acceptance as possible. I know that union is always the ultimate goal, but actually, you know, I've discovered that being in surrender and acceptance is a pretty fabulous place to be. And that once you reach that place, you won't need union. It's not to say you won't want it, but it really just does become the icing on the cake. It doesn't become essential anymore. It's not where your focus will be. You'll learn to appreciate life and everything you already have. So that's the goal of my channel. I'm not like a lot of other readers. I don't go into too much depth about, you know, what's happening in Divine Masculine's world, what he's feeling, what he's thinking when he's coming back. I don't think that serves you. Readings like that are really helpful sometimes, but I really want to help you heal. And that's what most of my readings are focused on. So welcome, welcome. Thank you also to all of my very loyal friends and subscribers that have been with me on this journey for some time now. You guys are the best. Love you so much. Now, before I have a little rant, if you would like to skip straight to the piles, there are timestamps in the comments below as usual. But before I begin, I just want to announce about my new classes. You can find them on my website. It's happytwins1111.com. But I've already done 2 classes, both mediumship for beginners, connecting you with your guides. And they came to an end last Thursday. It was a 5-week course. It was so humbling and moving on Thursday. I cried so many happy tears. And I just wanted to explain to you guys how these classes came to be, because when I was taught the twin flame energetic connection stuff and the healing, and when I learned SRT, pardon me, and started applying it to twins, I was always guided that I had to teach this stuff, that there weren't enough people offering these services, in particular the SRT or spirit release therapy as it's known for those of you that are new. And with the best will in the world, I can't support you all. You know, there's just not enough hours in my day to get around all of you. So the more people practicing these modalities, the better. I didn't expect to be doing it this soon. However, about 6 weeks ago or thereabouts, I was talking to my guides about this, and they said you should definitely just start by teaching your own viewership how to connect with their guides. And that's something I've been doing in my face-to-face psychic circle at home. So it's something I felt I could do. So I said to them, okay, I'll start planning. And they said, well, you don't need to plan anything. Who do you think you are? You're not the teacher. We will be teaching. You are merely an instrument through which we will share what we need to share. And that is humbling in itself, to remember that I am but a channel. Yeah, I'm not actually the teacher. And they asked me to just set it up there and then. They said, just post now on your community page. Just put an advert on there. I woke up the next morning and it was completely full, that class. And it ended on Thursday, and it was such a magical end to really incredible and humbling experience. Because there were no lesson plans, and it was quite intimidating turning up at a lesson in front of 10 women who were expecting to learn from me and having no clue of what I was supposed to be teaching them on that session, and trusting fully in my guidance, my spiritual guidance, to deliver the right messages, the right tuition. But I had no real expectations of how that class would work out, aside from the fact that, you know, as the name suggests, they would be connected to their guides or have the skills to connect to their guides. What actually happened was quite incredible. Most all of the women on that course experienced a dramatic healing push, like just dramatic. For some of them, they actually moved into surrender and acceptance, just found themselves in a much happier, more peaceful place, and released a lot of pain. And that was just an overwhelmingly beautiful realisation as we got together for our last class on Thursday. I'm eternally grateful for even having the opportunity to support the community in that way. When I spoke to my guides about this, they did, they were a little bit indignant about my surprise. They said, well, you of all people understand how powerful and healing it is to be connected with spirit in this way. So we're surprised you didn't anticipate this outcome. But I knew that. I did know that, but I guess it just didn't occur to me. But connecting with your guides really is beautiful. It's beautiful. It gives you access to not just that higher wisdom and higher guidance, but an infinite source of love. That's right there inside waiting for you. So I have just announced some new dates. If those classes fill up quickly, I will announce some more. I've got a couple of colleagues that I work with who are very skilled. They do this work that I do, and I'm very confident that they can contribute and run classes as well. So if I do add more, it will be with other teachers or for later dates, but I will explain everything on the website. At the moment, you can book the Mediumship for Beginners Connecting to Your Guides class. There are 2 of those, one for the European time zone, one for the US time zone. I've also put up there a tarot reading and oracle reading class for beginners with a focus on learning to read for twins. A twin flame healing class, which will be teaching how I do my twin flame connection checks, all the healing, reading the stages that the twins are at and all that kind of stuff, because more of you need to be doing that. That's a very popular service of mine. But, I'm not competitive about this work. The more of us that can deliver that service and support the divine feminines, my channel's quite small. So I would hope to reach, more of you that would like to offer that service. So you are always free to use whatever I teach you in your own healing practices and channels and therapies and so forth. I don't own this knowledge. It was shared with me so that I can pass it on. And the same for the spirit release therapy. That is particularly close to my heart. We definitely need more spirit release therapists. It's a very important therapy for twins because twins are particularly vulnerable to psychic attack, dark force attack, because they shine so much light. So, darker forces or, bitter third parties, they're going to try and shut that connection down. Spirit release is really important for twins, and it's that above all else that I'm very, very, very motivated to spread far and wide. Dr. Terence Palmer, who's the godfather of SRT in the UK, he has said he will attend some of the classes as a student because he's very keen to understand how I teach online. So that's very humbling, and hopefully those of you that join in on that course will get to meet him. And the same again with SRT. You will receive a certificate. You can then begin practicing. And, spirit release therapy is a particularly collaborative service. So as an example, even though Terry taught me, he uses me as a medium, and myself with my own clients, I always need a facilitator or a medium if it's a client I know well. So we tend to continue working together. Once you're qualified, we will end up probably working together, me facilitating for you, vice versa. You may get your own team, whatever works for you. But that's a really beautiful modality. You do need to be connected with your guides and have a working connection with them, though, to do that course, which is why I've got the Mediumship for Beginners course first. Right, so that's enough of a chit chat. Thank you so much for listening. And if you are interested in those courses, do pop along and have a look. It's www.happytwins1111.com. Okay, let's get this reading on the road. Part 1. This is a Lunar Soul Tarot with my Quartz record keeper. I don't read with reversals in this deck, so if they come out reversed, I'm going to put them up the right way, because as you can see from the backs, they're not actually reversible, which is a pet hate of mine, but we can roll with that. Okay. How is your Divine Masculine feeling about you? What do you need to know about the current energies between you? What's he thinking? And how do you move forward for your highest good? That's the most important bit. Wow, these are big cards, guys. I'm just going to move these back a little bit so we've got some more room. Oh, that came out third. Okay, Divine Feminine, how is your Divine Masculine feeling? What's he thinking? What's going on in his world that you need to know about? And how do you move forward? I'm going to get some Oracle cards as well. I'm going to choose a Keeper of the Light Oracle card for you today. These are by Kyle Gray, who is a British creator of Oracle and Angel cards. And these are really pretty. I thought it would give you not just a message, but someone to focus your prayers, affirmations and meditations on today. That you've got the Holy Spirit, expect miracles. We'll read that as well in a moment. Let's get some moon cards. Work through your fears. Channel. Signs. Rest. Forgive. And we're going to get one of these from the Lovers Oracle as well. Sexual union. Oh la la. Wouldn't mind a bit of that. Okay, how is your Divine Masculine feeling? Right. He's feeling much better, is the message that's coming forward from Arthur. He really is feeling much better. He's beginning to plan. He's beginning to realise his own power. He's really starting to look and consider with quite a great deal of seriousness how to move this connection forward. He is surrendering. He's also releasing fears of rejection, fear of loss, fear of abandonment. He's going through this dramatic change with the Death card. And it's specifically with this Five of Pentacles energy is about, rejection. He's releasing, he's closing out that cycle. And with the Chariot and the Magician here, these are very powerful major arcana. He is realising his own power and he's planning how to move forward. We've got the Two of Pentacles here, which for me is a very twinny card. It's also about balance and beautiful transformative transformation, and balance. And you can see he's juggling the yin and yang, dark and light, masculine, feminine energies, but he's embracing it. Okay, the Two of Pentacles is a beautiful sign of togetherness, unity, and it's clarified by strength, that number 8, in which we also see the unified moon and sun, dark and light, yin and yang, and this understanding that real strength is in compassion. So this Divine Masculine has really released a lot of anxiety already, but there is more anxiety still. And this pertains to the fear of the truth, the fear of sharing the truth. For some of them, this will be not necessarily something they've lied about, but something, I'm going to go clarify for it actually. It's not necessarily something they've lied to you about, but it could be something that they've not shared with you yet, that they're particularly worried about. And, in this card, you can see that he stood in the darkness, there's no colour, and this sort of truth is in the light. So I do feel like this is a final release of anxiety for some, pertaining to, that accepting the truth is the light. That spiritual truth isn't easy for a lot of Divine Masculines. It isn't easy on the ego. Of course, this is Scorpio energy as well. They like to be in control. And there is a feeling in this journey of not being at all in control. It's quite intimidating in that respect for someone of this sign who, likes to be in control. But you can see this skeleton has this flower blooming from his heart. Death allows rebirth, it allows new growth, it allows dramatic, powerful and beautiful change. And he's thinking about how to move forward towards that. These are all very positive cards, but that one niggle is still this truth factor. And truth has been coming up a lot, not in just my readings for clients, but also within my Divine Feminine Soul tribe that I speak to most days, for myself. Just that message, truth and trust, has been coming through very strongly. And embracing truth isn't always easy, particularly for those that, like to be in control, because the truth is you're not in control. Spirit is in control. We have free will. We can resist destiny. We can resist the opportunities presented to us for our soul's growth, but we can't ignore them forever. So, for some of you, this may be a literal revelation of something he's been keeping from you. So I'm just going to put a clarifier for those of you. Or two. So this is Page of Cups with a Wheel of Fortune reversed. And I feel like for some of you, this might be that he's not quite closed off the karmic cycle. That he's not 100% ready, even though he's making these plans to come towards you. He perhaps, this is what he's anxious about, being honest with his current partner, being honest with you and trying to unravel that situation. But he's made a decision, okay? He knows where he's going. He's just now facing the sleepless nights over the tumultuous times ahead that are going to occur as a result of him making these changes. For you, Divine Feminine, and all of the Oracle cards are for you as well. We've got the Three of Wands. We've got the Page of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the King of Swords. Now, for the Three of Wands, this is about fulfillment. This is about waiting for your ships to come in. The decisions are made. The work is done. Now you've just got to be patient. You see these waters are very calm. And any moment, this gentleman's going to see the ship on the horizon. He's going to see his boat arrive. The Page of Pentacles asks you to be patient and to hold on and not to plan. The page, he's very considered and very measured, but, he's also very stable and grounded where he is. His ideas are blooming. He's holding on to the truth, but he doesn't need to charge forward like the Knight of Pentacles. He's quite happy where he is. And you're being asked as well to step into your own healing and deepen that practice. This is a number 9. This is the number of self-illumination. You can see the Hermit who, teaches us about going within, shining our own inner light, connecting with the power inside of us. And you can see here that his heart is literally lighting up in his chest. He's walking on what appears to be water, which means he has expert control of his emotions. He's trusting the light of the moon and his own intuition. And there's a tortoise here to remind us that healing progress is slow but steady. Yeah, we all know that story about the hare and the tortoise. It doesn't serve you to rush through it. You've got to trust in divine timing. And I've had quite a few DFs that I've done private readings for recently react with a tremendous amount of indignance about the healing. I hear things like, but I've been healing for 6 years. How much longer do I have to heal for? Or I'm already healed. I've done so much healing. And they get really disheartened and really upset when I say, you need to do more healing. So the type of healing you're doing is really important. First and foremost, this is an inside job. You could spend hundreds and thousands of pounds or dollars on healers and still not move into surrender and acceptance, because no one can heal you entirely from the inside. No one can connect you with that love inside you from the divine. That has to be something you do for yourself. And until you dedicate yourself to that, you're not going to see results. It's a bit like, you could wake up tomorrow and think, well, I really want to be a bodybuilder. I want an amazing rippling body, that's glossy and shiny and just fit. But unless you dedicate yourself to that hard work at the gym every day, you're not going to see results. And you're going to have to adjust your lifestyle as well to get that body of your dreams. You're going to have to eat different. You're going to have to spend more of your spare time working on yourself and create that time for self. And again, like healing, it's not something someone else can do it for you. You can get a personal trainer that can guide you. You can learn from the experience of others. You can get a sports massage or go to workshops or lessons or classes. But ultimately, you have to do that work yourself, and healing is the same. So if you've spent a fortune or planning on it, going to all these other healers, know that this healing doesn't cost you anything. It's just a case of going within to meditate, to connect with spirit. Now, when he comes to you and reveals this truth, whatever it may be, you need to be really pragmatic about it. This is the King of Swords, okay? This is about behaving with maturity, with intelligence, and to embrace and accept the truth and the transformation that it will present to you, but not to lose your shit, okay? The king is the one that knows how to handle these conversations with absolute dignity, respect, and intellect. He's not waving that sword about and attacking anyone. He's not being defensive with it either. He knows how to hold himself. He knows how to be restrained and to communicate for the highest, greatest good. So you need to hold that advice and guidance in mind when your divine masculine comes forward with some kind of truth that may hurt your feelings. If you're in a strong place, you'll be massively protected. And for some of you unguided, it's nowhere near as bad as you would think it is anyway. It's just a case that he's, nervous, apprehensive. He's not closed off the karmic cycles as he promised he would, something like that. But the point here is that he knows what he wants now and he is moving towards it. He's choosing it. Divine Feminine, you've got the Holy Spirit. Expect miracles. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. Work through your fears. You are a channel through which healing energy reaches the world. And a channel can connect with spirit very easily and quite beautifully. And when you connect with spirit and you ask them to show you love and you make that the primary focus of your meditations, that's when you begin to make the most progress. Just ask them to show you love and revel in those beautiful feelings of bliss that is inspired by that request. Give yourself time to rest. This is really important. For many of you, you're racing around, and I know that this is a time of dramatic change, but all the more reason to give yourself that time and space with which to regather yourself, regroup, realign. The universe, with signs here, is gently nudging you forward. It's revealing the signs and synchronicities. If you need more, ask them. For those of you that don't subscribe, check out my community page, because there is a post on there about a twin rainbow, which is really quite moving and beautiful and magical, which one of my students, Mary, shared. She asked Spirit for a sign, and by golly, did she get a sign. Go and check that out on my community page. It really is lovely. So give yourself that rest, connect with the signs, open your channel, expect miracles. We've also got work through your fears. It's time to do more releasing. And I know if you've been doing this through this lunar cycle, that's already been tough, but trust it serves you and you're on the right track. Keep going, keep releasing. We've also got to forgive. And you can see this card displays this message quite beautifully. You've got this lady absorbing this pink light. Pink is the colour of divine and spirit. And she's holding her hands into the water, into emotion. She's purified by spirit. And she's able to then immerse herself in emotion without bitterness, resentment or pain. That's what forgiveness gives us. It's a gift of peace. To forgive others is a gift to ourselves as well. So if you've been angry or frustrated with your twin, let that go. And this is coming up next to that King of Swords card, which reminds you this is not the time for battle or an argument or to be defensive or to create more problems. It's the time for being controlled and measured, compassionate, forgiving and loving. The sexual union card I've saved till last because this is very exciting, isn't it? Honour the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. Now, if you are currently in separation with your divine masculine, if you're absent, do remember that connecting with them astrally, telepathically, on, you know, the 5D planes is very, very powerful. And working with your twin on your sacral chakras in that space will help you achieve, you know, this very passionate connection even when you're in separation. So that's something worth practicing over. Okay, I hope that was helpful for you, part one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please do like, share and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know if that reading resonated for you. If you want to check out my classes, you can find those on www.happytwins1111.com. You can also make a private booking there with me for either spirit release therapy, which clears you of anything negative that doesn't serve you and your twin, a twin flame connection check to confirm if you're dealing with a real twin or not, or just a private reading. You can also find me on Insta at happytwins1111, and I've got a Facebook group too for helping you to meet other twins. That's in the description box below. Thank you so much and see you soon. Right, part two. Let's see what we've got for you. We're using the Luminous Spirit Tarot today with these lovely holographic backs. Let's get some cards out, some oracle cards, see what's happening in your DM's world. How's he feeling about you? What's he thinking? What the energy is right now that you need to know about, and what you need to know to help you move forward for your highest good. Take that one. It clearly wanted to come out. Okay. This is powerful. Let's get some oracle cards. I'm going to choose wow, it chose itself. Keepers of the Light oracle card for you to focus on in your meditation. This is Serapis Bay. This card means ascension. We'll read it properly in a moment. These are by Kyle Gray. They are gorgeous. I love them. Get a moon card. Signs. This also came out of part one. Earth Guide. I'm going to take that one as well because it was left behind. Inner Worlds. And we've got It Gets Better in Communication from that deck. Let's get a Lover's Oracle card as well. Right. So how is your DM feeling about you? What's happening? What are the energies surrounding your connection? What's he thinking? What's he feeling? What do you need to know to move forward? I mean, he's in hermit mode. We've got this number 9 hermit. So for most of you watching this, you probably are in separation, wondering what on earth is going on, feeling a little bit hopeless perhaps, losing the faith. That's what I'm guessing. But you do need to trust, because the card here is the Emperor. It is the Divine Masculine card. He knows. He knows he's your Emperor. He wants to be your Emperor. With the 3 of Swords reversed, he's healing and releasing karmic situations for some of you. But with the 3 of Pentacles, there's still work to be done. This triangle isn't closed out yet. And it could be that because it's the Pentacles that's upright, a lot of this pertains to the financial impact of stepping away from this situation, the practical details and minor nuances that don't seem that important but have to be resolved. But with the 3 of Swords being upside down, If your DM hasn't got a karmic, this is about healing. It's releasing pain and, working his way towards fulfillment, drawing on friendship, family, could even be you. But he needs that time and space at the moment. You need to trust. And, I do think this is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles reversed, this Hermit card. So I do think, for most of you, this is going to be about this third party situation that he's releasing. He's, and it might not be the traditional wife and kids setup, but he's saying no to his family with this card. It could be parents or, siblings that don't agree with your connection, or perhaps there are cultural differences between you that present a dilemma for him and that is gonna, interfere with his decision-making progress. But he's saying no to that now. He's making plans with this Knight of Pentacles card under the Emperor in terms of how he can move forward. But with this Nine of Pentacles, first he needs to get himself stable. He needs to unblock the access to his own power, because there is an awareness that he is powerful now, that he can do this. But this Magician energy is reversed. At the moment, he does feel powerless in terms of how to move forward, but he's giving this a tremendous amount of consideration with this Knight of Pentacles energy. The Knight of Pentacles doesn't rush into anything. He's slow and steady. He's measured and considered in his decisions. This is all about creative planning, figuring out a way forward. So your Divine Masculine is definitely on the right track, but he's going to need this period of time on his own with this Hermit and this Nine of Pentacles just to regroup and realign. Now, the guidance for you, Divine Feminine, we've got the Sun and the Two of Cups first. Isn't that beautifully reassuring? The Sun and the Union card. Yeah, you have to trust, because with these next two cards, I'm being shown that you've not fully stepped into this journey with a full reverse, and you're not keeping the faith. You're not optimistic about the outcome. And so you're reminded that it does get better. It gets better. That your broken heart can be healed. You can see here in this deck, there's literally band-aids over this broken heart. It's going to work out. And there are 6 hands here. That's the number of love. And a win-win outcome is assured. So, this is very positive. I know it doesn't look or feel possible right now, but your DM, who probably isn't communicating, is beavering away in the background, making plans to move towards you, to move towards this connection, to leave behind the pain, the karmic situation, to stand up to the family, to say this is what I want, and I have to, be true to myself. So you need to trust. Communication is coming as well. Yeah, and we see here 4 hands, which is the number of balance, and 4 eyes facing one another. And these hands look like snakes, which is about creation. So for some of you, it might be an idea to create that communication. Don't do it yet. Wait until you feel divinely guided to do so. Make sure it's not just because you're excited and impatient and you want to speak to him, but because you feel it's the right time to reach out. Whilst he's in hermit mode, it's probably not the best idea. But if there's a special event coming up for him, a birthday, promotion, that's a good opportunity to reach out in a light-hearted way. If you're feeling that lack of faith, lack of optimism, indecision, if you're not trusting in this journey, if you're feeling, like you don't want to be fully involved, the universe can provide those signs and synchronicities. You only need to ask for them. The more you ask, the more you will receive. But you have to step into this journey. It's your sacred calling. That's what this Earth Guide talks about. You have a mission to help teach love on this beautiful planet we share. And you've got to remember as well that when you're feeling doubt and frustration, that your external world is a reflection of your inner world. So if you're not on this journey, and you can see here that there's an egg, this for me is a really powerful symbol of the Divine Feminine embracing her journey. She's carrying the torch. Yeah, she's lighting the way. and she understands that this is part of the creation that's required for this journey to begin. And this is reversed. So, you know, you need to get back on track. I feel like you've stepped back. And that can sometimes feel necessary. But when you step away from your DM, don't step away from spirit or your own healing practices. You need to deepen them in times of pain, suffering and triggering, not to step away from them. So, you know, this coming up reversed it's about doubting the journey as much as it's about perhaps having stepped back slightly. But you need not doubt. You can trust it gets better. Communication is coming. A win-win outcome is forecast. And so perhaps this Bay reminds us this is actually about ascension. Move into your true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is here for you. That's beautiful, beautiful, affirming reminder. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. That's another reassuring card. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. So that's a really positive reading for you guys. Thank you so much, part 2. I hope it helps. Please do let me know down below. And like, share, subscribe, tap the little bell so you get notifications from me. And if you would like to book a private reading, a twin flame connection check, which helps you see if you're dealing with a real twin or not, some spirit release therapy, which clears you both. If you would like to book one of my classes and learn how to connect with your guides or to do twin flame healing yourself, you can find all of that information on my website, which is happytwins1111.com. You can also find my mini reads for daily updates on Instagram, happytwins1111. Okay, pile 3. How is your divine masculine feeling about you? What's he thinking? What are the energies surrounding you both? What's going on in your connection? What do you need to know to move forward? Well, that one wanted to come out, didn't it? I'm going to keep that one. It's the Emperor in reverse. How's he feeling about you? Love these cards so much. Getting a lot of energy off this one. It's sometimes everything's revealed as I start reading, but quite often it's Arthur's downloading all this stuff to me even as I pull the card, and that's what's happening now. It's powerful. Okay, so your divine masculine is kind of in a tricky place. He is feeling not quite in his power. We've got the Empress reversed to begin with, but there's a level of acceptance coming through to me here. I feel like he probably knows about this connection between you. He's probably somehow found out about the twin flame thing. And, you know, that would have frightened him. I feel like that was very intimidating. He might not feel very divine, let alone masculine. And it seems like a lot of work. But he is embracing it. He's ready for a new beginning with the Fool. In this deck it's called Starseed, and you can literally see her embracing the light. I've just realised I've not got your oracle cards out, but I'm going to pull them as I'm still talking. So, you know, he is ready for that new beginning. He is embracing his spiritual power, or at least acknowledging it. And he is ready to journey within and to heal self. He knows now this is something he can't avoid, that he has to do. Wow, that came out for the last reading in exactly the same place. It's quite powerful. So your divine masculine, I feel like he's probably resisted this connection really hard. It didn't feel good to him. And then we've got advancement. Strong energy is propelling him forward, and he's following the stirrings of his heart. But there is a real feeling of apprehension about this with him as well. He's scared. You know, with the Emperor reversed as well, it could be that he feels out of control, which of course, you know, spiritual awakening is out of control, isn't it? We have to embrace the divine plan and accept that actually we don't have a tremendous amount of control. This is crazy. I'm getting the same cards out, and even for my readings that I did on Insta earlier and for some clients. But he is moving in the right direction. He's finally surrendered to the need to heal himself, which is what we're seeing with this Eight of Cups energy. He's finally accepted that he is a spiritual being, and he's begun that journey. Even if he feels out of control, he doesn't feel confident, he's started working towards that. And you know, we've got both of these cards, the Fool and the Hierophant. You know, you see them both embracing light. And for this one, it's held in the right hand, which is the giving hand. So I feel like, you know, he wants to give back as well. This isn't just about himself. He wants to give back to you. He wants to be filled up. He's, you know, we've got the King of Wands, and this really is a beautiful new spiritual beginning. There's a lot of positive, you know, new beginning type cards in this reading with the Fool, the Ace of Wands. This is really very positive. With the Page of Cups, this comes up right next to communication. He's definitely thinking about how to communicate these changes in himself to you. But he's scared. He's really scared. He doesn't know how to come forward. He doesn't feel that he's got the maturity or the emotional intelligence to deal with this right now. I feel like this whole twin flame concept is really just overwhelming for him. So if he does communicate, you might find it is a bit more light-hearted. You know, the Page of Cups is you know, that very gentle, kind of flirty, but not so serious kind of communication. So he is moving in the right direction. We've got Sanat Kumara, light activation. I chose you one of these Keepers of the Light cards from Card Grey so you can focus on this particular deity, god or goddess that comes up for you for your meditations. And Sanat Kumara says, shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. And I feel that's for both of you. There's a lot of purple in this reading. Even in the oracle cards we've chosen, and pink. All of these are colours of the divine. We've got all this blue and pink, you know, trusting in the divine, recognising the truth. We've got advancement here, you know, and that's for both of you, about that energy propelling you forward so you can both advance, and being a channel through which your healing reaches the world. You know, this is your connection to spirit. Trust that you have this as twins. You have very natural and powerful psychic ability. A win-win outcome is forecast. Yeah, this is very powerful reassurance. But first things have to be balanced. This is full moon in Libra. We've got these scales here. Once the karma is balanced, and I feel like it's nearly there, and you've probably healed tremendously in order that your divine masculine can be on this path. But the guidance for you is to really step into unconditional love. I don't always read this card this way, but Arthur's asking me to share with you, you know, this is the Six of Pentacles reversed, which quite often is about boundaries and demanding equal give and take. But Arthur's asking me to remind you that unconditional love doesn't demand anything. It's self-fulfilling. When you have enough love for yourself, you won't need or want or expect anything from your twin. That's not to say you should be involved in relationships that don't serve you, but sometimes people can't always give us what they need and want, what we need and want, because they have to put themselves first. That's loving self unconditionally. We have to respect that. And he is working towards this. So, you know, there's a message here about just letting your guard down a little bit, letting your boundaries go a little bit, and to stop trying to plan this way forward. With the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, you don't need to plan. You just need to trust in divine timing that, you know, a positive outcome is forecast. Spirit's got your back. Lights are being activated. You're being pushed forward into advancement. You know, this is all very positive. You just need to trust. There is a tower moment coming. But remember, this breaking down of the old has to happen so that you can fully embrace the new. You need to trust this. And we've got another page here, which is a real spark of creativity. So I do think that this dramatic ending, whatever it is, you know, if you stop focusing on the pain, the loss, the unfairness, the injustice of whatever this ending is relevant to, instead focus on the new opportunity it presents you and that spark of new life, of creativity that's going to move you forward. Spirit is on your side. And, you know, going back to this page of cups, communication is coming. A win-win outcome is forecast, balance is forecast. Ace of Wands is also a very sexual symbol. So it could be that there's some, I like to call it jiggy. There could be some jiggy coming your way. And we have got the Sacred Union card. It says, honour and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. And it is. This is very positive for you, pile 3. But stay focused on your own healing. Release those boundaries. Stop trying to control things by planning a way forward. Trust in divine timing, intervention and destiny. Be prepared for this dramatic change that's coming, but trust it serves you. Spirit is opening doors for you. It's opening up new ways of being. And you just need to flow with that. You need to trust. I really hope that was helpful, pile 3. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please do like, share and subscribe. Let me know down below what you thought of this reading, if it helped. If you would like to book a private reading with me, twin flame connection check so you can see if you're dealing with a real twin. If you would like a spiritual clearing to make sure you've got no negative attachments, curses, hexes, you can find all of those services on my website. It's at www.happytwins1111.com. You can also find my daily mini reads and energy updates on Instagram. I am happytwins1111 on there. Thank you so much. Pile 4. This is the Illest tarot with some Celestite. It's actually a really beautiful piece. I love this stone. It's very high vibrational. Right, let's see what's going on with you and your divine masculine. How's he feeling about you? What do you need to know? What's he thinking? What are the energies surrounding you? What can you do to move forward for your highest good? I feel like they need another ruffle shuffle. Okay. Let's go. How's he feeling about you? What's he thinking? What do you need to know to move forward? Oh, this divine masculine, my word. He's not feeling great. Not that he's not feeling great about you, he's not feeling great about himself. Bless him. Okay. So I'm going to choose a Keepers of the Light Oracle card. This is as much for you as it is to give us an insight into your divine masculine. I thought I'd choose one of these because it gives you a focus for your meditation, prayers, affirmations to call in this deity. And for you, how lovely, you've got Archangel Michael, trusting heaven. We do love Michael. He's such a sweet treat. Okay. Let's get a moon card. Luck is on your side. Fruition. Inner worlds. Release. Connect. I'm going to get 2 of these for you. I feel really guided to get 2. Passion. Time. Okay. So, trigger warning, there are some hard truths in this reading. Please do not downvote me because you don't like to hear them. I'm here to serve you for your highest good, and sometimes that means telling you things that you might not want to hear. I normally always get loads of downvotes when there's hard truths. So I'm giving you that trigger warning now. Feel free to switch off and watch another reader, but I have to be honest with you. Your divine masculine is in a rough place, and he is rejecting this connection right now. He's not even giving himself the time of day to think about it. But in part, divine feminine, this is because of where you are at in your journey. So for those of you that watch my readings, you'll know I say quite often that you've got to heal first. You are the torch bearer in this journey. You light the path of healing so that your divine masculine can follow. And once you're there, you stand firm in your light and your power, and you hold your space for him. Your divine masculine doesn't want to face the spiritual aspects of this connection right now. He's rejecting notions of union. He probably isn't communicating with you with this Page of Swords reversed. He's certainly... Don't internalise this rejection, because it's not actually about you. In part, he's got the heebie-jeebies and the spooks about the spiritual stuff. But also, he really has very, very low self-worth. Very low self-worth. And he doesn't believe or have faith that a relationship between you two could be successful, happy and joyful, because relationships like that don't happen to people like him. And so afraid is he that he will not even think about this connection. So we've got the Four of Swords reversed with the Two of Pentacles. The spiritual aspects of it are a burden right now. He doesn't want to embrace the spiritual connection. So if you've been talking to him a lot about that in the past, you need to just release that and let it go. We've got release here. You know, you need to connect with him on a much more pragmatic, compassionate level. I'm getting that you may have been quite pushy in the spiritual stuff. And Arthur's saying quite bluntly, if I may say, Arthur, that you need to take your own advice. Because in actuality, you've not been doing or committing yourself to the healing that you need to be. And I feel like you've definitely had an intense period of cycles, shifting, endings, new beginnings, but you're not in your power either, just as much as he's not, and he's not feeling worthy, neither are you. I feel like you've identified self-love, you've identified the need to have it, but you've not stepped into it, and you've not stepped into the journey yet. You need to begin. And I said this in one of the other piles. I have a lot of divine feminines that get quite indignant when I say that. They say, but I've been on this spiritual path for so many years, I've done so much healing, and you've not stepped into the healing that's required for this journey, is how I answer that question. Because there's one type of healing and one type of healing only that pushes you forward and moves you towards surrender and acceptance, and that's self-love. And that's what you're being called to do. Presumably these are coming up because you've not done it yet. For some of you, perhaps it's just reminding you to stay focused. But that zero, that full, for me is about beginning. So you really have to focus on that. You can't skip that part. But rest assured, with this fruition card, that everything will come to fruition in the right time. Luck is on your side. Yeah, which the Moon card reminds us. And Archangel Michael saying, trust heaven, you're safe. Angels stand close, surrender, and allow a miracle to occur. You have to surrender to this journey. If you're holding on to pain, wounds, suffering, resentment, bitterness, rejection, this energy is being transferred to your divine masculine. He's going to stay stuck for as long as you are, and you can stay stuck for as long as you want, but it is a case of evolve or repeat. You have to step into that journey and give it time. It says here you're trying too hard. Give it time. You wouldn't expect to rock up at the gym tomorrow, do an hour's training and have a six-pack. Yeah, building the body of your dreams takes time. Building the heart, mind, soul, spirit of your dreams takes time. Building the relationship of your dreams takes time. You have to give this time. You need to release impatience. Okay? impatience or holding on to wounds is like poison. It doesn't serve you. And you are being asked to be reminded as well with this inner worlds card that what's happening outside of you is a reflection of what's happening inside of you. Your thoughts, your feelings, your expectations translate into reality. So you're being called to recognise your own power and really trust and be aware of how your words, thoughts, feelings, expectations are affecting your present reality. This card says to connect, but it's really quite beautiful. If you look, you can see it's actually two divine feminines back to back, sharing this heart, all seeing, within this triangle, which has got 3 points, the number of creation. So I really feel like you're being guided to connect with other divine feminines to support you on this journey. That's where you're going to find a lot of peace, a lot of love, a lot of creative solutions for moving forward. This is how you're going to create a new way of being. So I have actually got a networking group for twins. It's free on Facebook. You can find a link to it in the description box below. But finding like-minded souls on this journey is absolutely imperative to get that healing and ongoing support. I know a lot of you email me and I always get back to you as quickly as I can. But some of you have so much to say. And when there's like a 10,000 word email, with the greatest respect, I don't have the time to support all of you in that way as much as I would love to. So making friends in this community is really important. You'll know as well as I do that the friends of yours that aren't twin flames themselves don't understand this journey, and their advice is going to be warped by their 3D perception of relationships. So meeting like-minded divine feminines that can help you stay strong through the periods of difficulty, the shifts, the triggers, and all of that. That's going to be really empowering for you. It's going to help you release that which doesn't serve you. And you see this lady is actually purging. She's emptying her cup of all that poisonous emotion that doesn't serve her. She's vomiting, quite literally. And what really interests me, I don't know if you can see this, I'm going to bring it closer. There are teeth. There are teeth in this drawing. Can you see these teeth here? Teeth and bones. Teeth represent wisdom. So, that's perhaps a suggestion that you've got to release some of the previous teachings that you've learned about this journey. It could be that you've been misguided at some point and you need to let go of what you thought was and embrace what is, because Archangel Michael is asking you to trust in heaven and the truth. Trust truth. These messages have come up a lot for divine feminines, for myself. And remember, luck is on your side. This is a magnetic connection. It says as well that a magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. And I feel like this coming up under this row of what you need to do to progress, when you turn that 9 of Pentacles upright and you actually step into that self-love, you become a super attractive being that magnetizes all that is good and great to you, including your divine masculine. But right now he is repelled, not by you, but by the spiritual nature of this connection, by his own feelings of worthlessness, by his own lack of faith and hope, by his own inability to see past the programming he's had, which has taught him to believe that happy, loving relationships don't exist. He's probably had, a lot of pain in his previous familial societal conditions. So he's not communicating right now because he's very intimidated by what you want. So I'm really guided to say as well that if you do communicate with him, to keep it lighthearted. And again, don't even mention spirituality unless he asks. Keep it lighthearted, connect on a more kind of grounded level with him. And remember, luck is on your side. So thank you so much. Please do like, share and subscribe. It's always lovely to hear from you in the comments below too, so I can see if this reading resonated for you. If you would like to take any of my classes, book a private reading, or you can follow me on Insta. You can find me at happytwins1111.com. You can find me on Insta as happytwins1111. I do post little mini readings there every day for energy updates and stuff. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.